Thank you for tuning in and checking out another episode of Unlucky, a memoir. My name is Kat. Everyone has a story. This one just happens to be mine. Welcome back. Another week down, right? First off, let me say happy 4th of July, happy 250th. Hope you're all being safe, enjoying yourselves. Now that that's out of the way, there's days where I feel truly blessed to be doing what I am, and the insight that I'm given, and the knowledge and wisdom gained throughout this process of working with people with mental illness, addiction, this field. We always try to explain how this is it's a two-way street. Just because I have credentials or I'm sitting at the front of the room, running group, doesn't mean I'm any better. It just means I'm just at a different place right now. And again, like the mirror can shine so brightly sometimes, like that reflection, it comes back hard some days. And there's an incident earlier where I had to kind of table it and have everyone move on. And I sat there afterwards, like running it back through my head to see if there's anything I could have done different. I'm trying to dissect the situation just to see if everything I did was to the best of my ability. And in doing so, I was running the scenario, right? And this had to do with one person confronting another person and trying to express their points. And I saw it happening in real time, but then when I had time to reflect on it, I realized that's exactly who I was and who I can still be on some days. The person made their point, the other person acknowledged their point, but then the person continued to try to force their point that they've already made. And like, I totally got it after I looked back at it, because I used to do that need, the pride and the ego, the need to be right, to be heard, to have you agree with what I'm saying without just acknowledging what I'm saying. I needed you to admit you're wrong and tell and say how right my perspective really is. And thank God, like, I've gotten so much better in that area where I don't need to be the loudest voice. I don't need you to agree with how I feel. How I feel is valid, whether you agree with it or not. And all I'm doing by trying to force you into my perspective is creating tension, agitation, and potentially making the situation a lot worse. So that's why I'm truly grateful to be able to be put in positions like this, so like that mirror can shine, so I can see the behaviors, and especially like this, where I can see how far I've come from that behavior. Because like, I'm proud of the work I've done over the past few years to try to turn my life around. And it feels, it's a good feeling when you look at a situation between other people and you can see yourself in it. And that's like the key to like the empathy of that situation, is I can physically put myself in there, knowing I had been there, I had done that. And hopefully I can redirect to help people move forward, or at least share my experience and what I've done to work on that area of my life. And there's like those days, right? And I talked about this in one of the really early videos. Like, one of the coolest things when you're working with somebody is when they finally have that aha moment, when something, the light goes on, something clicks, and they're just like, aha, like they figured something out. Well, I didn't realize how cool it would be to have that moment for myself through the actions of the people I work with, of the clients that are in our facilities. And it was cool to be able to see that and then be able to redirect and talk to this person and them have their own little aha moment. And hopefully, I mean, they seem to key into what I was saying and it made sense. So hopefully they can utilize that tool and move forward. But it just blew me away because as much as we push this, a two-way street, like we're not just up here telling you what to do. We learn from the clients also. It's easy to lose sight of that. It's easy to get caught up in your position and just not remember, like, that was me not all that long ago. And that's where, like, I tend to give the most grace, is when I can put myself in that position and be like, I have to remember when somebody does something that irritates me, I was that person for someone else. Like, I know, even if it's not the exact scenario, I know I've been caught up in making other people feel the way that certain actions from certain people will make me feel from time to time. And that allows me to take the pause, take the breath, and give grace. And like, that's huge growth for me, just to be able to recognize that and quantify it. And it just seems like things don't have the same degree of hold over me anymore. There's other incidents that happened this week or since the last video, and I didn't react as badly as I wanted to. Believe me, that hasn't gone away. The situations where I feel, and I have to fight myself not to start typing in a reply text or whatever it is, because I know that's not going to help any situation. And by me showing restraint and not reacting, my voice gets heard more, because I know what'll happen. And this is what happened between the two earlier. It was more of a reactionary situation. I know when I take the pause and let things go, that I know that aren't going to change, things aren't going to happen if I respond immediately. This is something that I have to be patient with. I have to sit on it and realize that I was that person for someone else. So my life has gotten better in the process of showing restraint, being patient, not needing to be heard immediately, because what my brain's telling me to say immediately 99.9% of the time is wrong. My reactions have generally been wrong throughout my life. So I find it better to sit back and let it stew and let those feelings pass before I decide what I'm going to do. And again, it benefited me to not react, because it would have just made me look like the bad guy, when I can sit and handle it professionally as an adult. My voice is then heard and thought is put into what I had to say, versus just another reactionary response to whatever it is. I still am amazed a lot of days where I'm at in life. Truly, truly blessed. And I know you've all picked up on how important my faith is to me over the past year of me posting these videos. And something was said to me in the past week since I posted that video. I had a really good friend of mine who I've been leery with certain people that I've known for a long time to really express the importance of my faith. I don't want to be that person that pushes somebody away because I'm overbearing with it and trying to shove it down their throats. Don't get me wrong. If somebody asks me about it, I am more than willing to have that conversation. But I know how I felt when people pushed it on me. It just pushed me further away. But when the conversation touched on the topic of my faith, they said something that it took me back a little bit. It meant a lot to me. They said, if anybody's a good advertisement for what God can do in someone's life, you're it. And that hit me hard, man. Especially like from where it came from. I trust this person. This person, been an important figure in my life. So like that's a good feeling. It lets me know that I am doing what I need to do and moving forward and becoming a better person on a daily basis. So I know I was rambling a bit, but it's just what kind of went on this week that I wanted to touch on. Again, happy 4th of July. Just be careful. Don't do anything stupid. With that, I want to let you all know again how truly grateful I am for each and every one of you who tune in and check out my videos every week. It means a lot to me, and these videos help me by documenting my journey and where I've been to where I'm going. Because I got the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't want to forget any of it. Like it's all part of who I am. So that's why these videos are extremely important to me. I do greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you could all like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff to feed the algorithm. So hopefully these videos get to more people who maybe they can help. Truly appreciate it. And with that, see y'all next week.